Hi, good morning everyone. This is Deborah. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk to you about my stitches. It's been 1 month since my operation. I still have my stitches in for lots of reasons. One, I didn't feel like driving 4 hours. The other reason is because this incision was so tender. When I had my other one, the swelling was away from the incision pretty much, and I had no problem with them taking out the stitches after 2 weeks. This time the swelling was in a completely different area. So I realized that most of the incision is got, I guess, dissolvable stitches, but at the top and bottom there is stitches that are poking me and they hurt, and now it's little red, little inflamed a little bit, and I can't, because it's so high, I can't snip it myself, so I got to go maybe back to my ex-husband and get him to do it. Yeah, a lot of people say, what are you doing talking to your ex-husband? Well, why not? Okay, people, you can't be married or be with somebody for 42 years and not just totally erase them out of your life. It's impossible. Plus, we have grandchildren together and grown children. So I have a lot of people I want to thank, but not right now. I'm going to write down all their names, and I will do a video thanking everybody who has helped me. And yeah, I am walking normal now. I am bending normal, squatting, but this morning I must have twisted my leg somehow without realizing it, and I irritated some part of my groin, and I just moaned. I moaned, you know, most of the morning. So let me have a drink of this. Hold on. So I'm on the new schedule that I made for myself so I could have a social life. Maybe I can start dating. I don't know. A lot of people say, why don't you have a boyfriend? Well, it takes time to get ready for a date. You got to shave your legs. You got to shower, make everything, you know, fresh. The problem is, on these dating sites, the guys don't know how to ask a woman on a date. It's one sentence. Would you like to meet me for a date? Where would you like to go? They can't seem to do that, people. I think 1 out of 100 knows how to ask a woman on a date. It's actually hilarious. One guy told me off because he goes, oh, you must have an evil heart because I didn't respond to him on his time frame. Well, I texted him back and I said, listen, I just got out of the hospital. I'm still recuperating. And then all of a sudden they apologize. No, if someone is that quick to judge you, you know, you don't need them in your life. So yeah, I now have a set schedule so I can go out. I know what days I can go out and I don't have to guess, because for the last like 4 or 5 years, I said, well, I don't know what my schedule is for the next week. Well, now I do. Now I can plan. I don't know why I haven't already done this. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm liking my nails. They're looking a little bit good. They're a little bit better. So the HOA meeting is this Sunday, and I am going to be all fired up. But I'm going to go in there really cool, because I know they're going to say to me, why are you checking the pool for chemicals? You know what I'm going to say? Because it's my health and everybody else's health, you know. So I have a right, anybody who lives in a condo, to go down there and check the chemicals themselves, because you don't need to be in a swimming pool with too much chlorine or not enough. It's a balance that needs to be adhered to, and there's, you know, fine window there. So yeah, this is all the documents I got to take to the meeting. So I have been craving crabs. Still, I'm craving crabs. yeah, I just love crabs. Me and my mother were crab crazy. Every night when I go to sleep, I think about my family who has passed. Let me tell you something. If you have a mother and daddy that's still on this earth, I don't care if you've had an uneasy relationship with them. Once they're gone, you're going to wish you had made amends with them. So you don't want to have any regrets, people. I always had a great relationship with my dad. He was a lot like Andy Griffith, very tall, very soft-spoken. And my mother was always in your face. And I resented that as a teenager and made my own decisions. God, I wish I had listened to my mother. Oh my God. Now, as she got older and I got older, we were not combative anymore. She was my best friend. I was going through a terrible, terrible divorce, and she did not comment yay or nay. She would just listen. And that's all you need when you're going through something very difficult. You just need someone to listen. Someone to know that you do care about their well-being. So, yeah, she was there. And I mean, it was hours and hours on the phone because I never really wanted the divorce. I just thought if I moved away that everything would be okay. Well, it just made things worse when I moved away. Yeah, my ex had left me a voicemail saying how he wanted to continue the relationship and how he was sorry and he wanted forgiveness. Now, I listened to that probably 100 times. And one of my fiance at the moment was in the room when I was listening to it once, and that was my mistake. Shouldn't have done it. He goes, "Oh, erase that thing. Erase that thing. What are you doing listening to that?" You know, I still had pictures of my ex and I all over the living room, and he would come in and push them down. I realize now that I had a right to have photographs. I had a right to listen to a voicemail. And so I listened to this creep, and I realized he was such a narcissist. I mean, this is the guy that had his own face on the back of his back. Yeah, and I erased it listening to him. And I realized about a week later that I wished I had not done that, and I wished I had picked up the phone and called him and say, yeah, I do forgive, because there's a lot of things that I did wrong. Believe me, I was not an innocent party either. But I do believe we are still soulmates. He just doesn't realize that. But yeah, so don't ever let anybody influence you about what is in your heart. So yeah, I did leave some messages with him about a week later saying, yeah, let's bygones be bygones. But yeah, this guy, our future with him, with this fiance, would have been a mistake from the get-go. I mean, he was so tight, he wouldn't even spend 67 cents on me, you know. He actually said to me once, gee, you make more money after taxes than I do on my paycheck. Well, I'm also, you know, I had a really good career. Yeah, what's wrong? When a guy can't stand the fact that you're making more money than him and he comments about that, he's going to have a lot of issues in the future. So, yeah. So yeah, I remember the last time I saw him, he was getting after me about my little wiener dog. And because she was so excited to see me, she, you know, made a mistake on the floor. And he got after me about that. And I said, listen, she hadn't seen me in 4 days. And I said, let me tell you about your dog. His dog was near death and had some kind of bladder infection. And when he would go to work, I would have to mop up huge puddles of urine from his dog, but I never mentioned that to him. But that's what a jackass he was. So I'm glad the wedding was called off. I am so glad. So there's my story about my last fiance. I did date somebody for 3 years, and he told everybody in town, yeah, I'm going to marry her, I'm going to marry her. And then I found out his deep, dark secrets. Let me tell you what, he did me a favor. Guys will tell you anything. They'll tell you that you're beautiful. They'll tell you, oh, I wish I was with you. Oh, you're just amazing, just to get in your pants. Now, you'd think that shit would be over with when you're a teenager. No, honey, it goes on even in your 50s and 60s. But sex is not as important as it used to be to me. Before, it was everything. I mean, I would talk about sex all the time, no matter what company was in front of me. And I realized that a real lady should not be doing that. So I really don't do that anymore. I think it's embarrassing. But yeah, sex does not take priority with me anymore. And I guess it's my age or the fact that I'm just fed up. But I think you have to be in love to really enjoy the gift of sex. It means so much more when you do have feelings for that person. So yeah, sex has taken a back burner with me at the moment, and maybe it will always. All right. Bye, everyone.